Hey everybody, it's Becca. This is not going to be a vlog. In fact, I might be doing more of these types of videos as life goes on. But today I want to talk about a very personal and difficult subject. Also, ignore the back wall right now and the trash can. In the trash can that's over there. We're rearranging my room right now. We're getting rid of some furniture that was in my room that was really old, so right now, me and my family, it's kind of in progress. But where do I even begin? I want to do this when I'm wearing no makeup, I have my hair in a mess, you know, I'm in my PJs, and I'm going to talk about something a little more serious. So, you can tell by the title of this video, you're like, come on Becca, get on with it. It is about IBS. Yes, I suffer from IBS, or I should put an asterisk on that. I 99.9% am sure I have IBS. I'm getting a second opinion from another GI doctor who hopefully will shed some more light upon the subject for me, because my GP, my general practitioner, thinks that I have IBS, and the first guy I saw was not the best doctor in the world, so I'm going to go to somewhere that my parents both go to, the same doctor hopefully. So yeah, that's the gist of that. Also, if you're wondering what you're propped on my laundry that I have yet to put in my drawer, because I'm filming it from my bed and I'm on the floor currently. Anyways, so people are wondering, what is IBS? What is that? What is it gross? Blah, 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 blah. Also, from here on out, if you do not like talking about gross things, such as toilets and things like that, and I'm not going to get into extreme detail, but if you are like grossed out by all of that, which is totally fine, you might want to skip this one, because I'm going to be talking about some things that might be a little bit gross to some people. So what is IBS? And disclaimer, I am not a doctor. I am not a medical professional, I am just a person with my own experiences. So IBS stands for Irritable Bowel Syndrome. Not to be confused with IBD, which is Irritable Bowel Disease, or Inflammatory Bowel Disease, or ulcerative colitis, or Crohn's, or other more serious illnesses. IBS usually falls in between two categories. IBS-C, which is IBS with constipation, which is basically the same symptoms as IBS, but your main problem with your bowels is you have constipation. Now the other side is IBS-D, not to be confused with IBD. IBS-D, which is diarrhea, which is basically the extreme opposite of each other. And that's not fun. So basically you get pain and cramping and gas, and it varies wildly from person to person where the pain is and how often it is. IBS is very hard to diagnose because people get it confused with lactose intolerance or celiacs or anything in between. But yes, IBS-C and IBS-D are the main two categories. You can fall anywhere in between. This is not an exact science in my experience, but just for full disclaimer, I probably have this one, IBS-D, which is Irritable Bowel Syndrome Diarrhea, which is kind of gross to talk about on a YouTube video, but that's the way it is. I probably have had IBS-D for several years and not known it. I've always had a weak stomach ever since I was about 12 or 13. My anxiety really started to kick in, and I had a lot of viruses, stomach bugs when I was a kid. I have always had a weak stomach. I can't drink soda besides ginger ale and root beer, like something totally mild. I haven't had Coke or Pepsi in years. I don't eat fried chicken. I don't eat chicken nuggets, no white chocolate, no Alfredo sauce. Anything rich and like stuff like that, I really can't eat. I don't go anywhere without my Pepto-Bismol, Tums, Gas-X, Imodium, all of that. Like, it's a sad existence, and I laugh instead of crying about it. So IBS can be hard to deal with. And I'm doing this off the cuff because I don't want to have a script to deal with this, because I'm just talking to you guys like it's my own experience, you know? So IBS-D, I probably got it when I was about 12 or 13. Most people that have it don't know they have it, which is true. I can't remember the statistics off the top of my head, but from doing a lot of research about this, because I was confused about what was going on with my body, a lot of people have it and don't know they have it, because people just think you have an upset stomach all the time, or a sensitive stomach, which can be true, but sometimes it can be something a little more serious. Again, symptoms vary wildly. I'll have good days and bad days. Like, that's pretty typical with any disease or chronic illness, and I hate the word chronic illness. It makes me very uncomfortable to say that, but it is true. For these types of diseases, they don't go away, and these syndromes, they don't go away. It's very hard to talk about. The pain varies wildly. I've had some flare-ups the past few days where I've been really out of commission. I had missed work. Wasn't a good time, because I literally couldn't move, and I was running to the bathroom every 20 minutes, and it was very embarrassing and hard to deal with. Sometimes I'll go 2 months, 3 months without any flare-ups or any bouts, but then some days I have 3 in one day. Sometimes I have once every once every 2 weeks, twice a week, 3 times a week. It totally varies. Sometimes they're based on trigger foods and I'm like, I shouldn't have eaten those fries, I'm an idiot. Or sometimes your body's just like, lol, JK, like, no thank you, not today. And that's hard to deal with because you don't know when it's coming, and it gives me anxiety, which leads me to my next point. Next half of this is anxiety and depression and things like that, mental illnesses. So between 50 and 90% of people that have IBS or IBS of either category have a mental illness of some degree, mainly anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, or schizophrenia, or anything like that. Don't quote me on this, but I know the majority of people that have it, that have IBS also have a mental illness like that because it makes sense. People that have anxiety tend to have ibs-d, and people that have depression tend to have ibs-c. Not an exact science. In my experience, this is what I've been told by therapists and doctors. This is what it typically happens, because when you're depressed, you're slower. When you're anxiety, you're on overdrive. And everybody's had like the butterflies in the stomach, but to have that like feeling like just constantly, and it's not a fun time. I have an anxiety disorder. I have generalized anxiety disorder with panic attacks. Again, more information. This is great. With a hint of depression. This sounds like a recipe. It's not. It's just, you can't really have one without the other, but yeah, predominantly I have an anxiety disorder, which is not fun to talk about, but it is what it is. Anxiety cannot cause IBS, but it can trigger IBS to happen. It triggers that problem in your body, because when you are stressed out during finals or stuff like that, and people are like, where'd she go? It's because, oh yeah, I'm in the bathroom because I'm having a flare up, and it is extremely painful, and I can't move, and it's awful. And having this problem can be very debilitating sometimes. I have a lot of social events at my own home, or when I went to my old college, in my dorm room or in my mod, because I wanted to know where the nearest bathroom was in case anything happened, which it did happen every now and again. I can't go to any really weird restaurant. I always get grilled chicken wherever I go, usually, if I'm not comfortable with the restaurant, because I don't want to risk a flare-up in a social setting. And it's really hard to go in public restrooms when you're having this issue. Where'd she go? All this sort of stuff. Also, it can lead to feeling isolated, because I have had to drop out of social events halfway through because I'm sick. And it's not that nobody's judging me, it's just, especially if they're true friends, they won't care, but it's definitely hard, and you feel very depressed and isolated because you're just like, I feel like I can't do anything. I love to work out. I usually work out 3 to 5 times a week. With school, that's been a little bit hard. And with IBS, it's been really hard the past couple weeks with a few flare-ups. I managed to work out today after I was not feeling too great this morning. But you're just so drained after that. Anybody that has stomachache knows that. You feel completely drained after that. You're like, oh my god, I just want to sleep forever, because you were so tense and so stressed before. And it makes it very hard to work out, and working out is supposed to help IBS, which it does. And I'm taking many steps to try and reduce it. I take probiotics, I take fiber every day, metafiber and fiber gummies, that sort of stuff. I eat bland. I don't eat a lot of bad stuff, you know what I mean? But sometimes it's not enough. I drink a lot of tea as well. Peppermint tea, and calamine tea, which really helps. But I don't know where to end this. It's just kind of like, be aware that a lot of people have this issue. It affects a lot of people, and women are 4 times more likely to be affected by this than men. I'm not saying men don't have it, it's just that females for some reason are more likely to have it. A lot of people have it, but you don't think they do. And when I came out to some family friends, it's kind of embarrassing, but I do have IBS, and they go, oh yeah, me too. It's super common. Just be aware of that. It's an invisible illness. We can't talk about it. It's very uncomfortable and embarrassing for us to talk about. It causes us to miss class and work. And I'm currently working with my professors to try and get an accommodation, so if I have to miss a class or 2, I'm not going to get marked down, because I can't help it if I'm sick. That's all I can hope for. And I wanted to let you know my story, because I feel like not a lot of people have made videos about it. Some people have, and I took inspiration from them. Thanks for sticking around. And if anybody has any questions about IBS or any tips or tricks that I know, please ask in the comments. Share this video if you think it might be helpful to people that have IBS. But my ending thing is, it's okay. I get it. It's an embarrassing, hard topic to deal with, but you will get through it, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know if that's any consolation, but that's what I have to tell myself some days, so I don't lose all hope in myself. You are still a person. You are not defined by your illness, and it's okay. And just stay informed, because this is a hard topic to talk about, and it affects more people than you know. Alright, I love you guys. Thanks for listening to this long video. Hopefully I didn't gross you all out too much, and take care. Bye.